All right, Matthew, will you mind reading out for us? Matthew, will you mind sharing for us what you wrote down?
I said, I mean, look, I'm gonna just say the part that you said was good. I'm gonna be like, it means that you can point out the biases that the author has in the writing. Like,
Point out the biases of the author. What is a bias?
It's like
you're on one side.
Yeah, like you're on the side of the argument. Like for example, if there's an argument about like, oh, this is good, and then like the other side's like, nah, this is bad, and I use that thing, I'm gonna be like, yeah, this is good. You know me, and that's my bias because I use it.
If you think one side's good, you prefer one side over the other. Why do people prefer one side over the other? Like what causes people to do that? What causes people to have bias?
Whatever benefits them more.
Whatever benefits them more?
For example, a slave is more biased against slavery, and slave owners are more biased towards slavery.
So, you're hitting on something awesome there. A slave is more biased against slavery, a slave owner is more biased towards slavery. And I'm gonna do my teacher connection. It has to do with who you are and how your life experience affects your opinion. Right? So when we talk about bias, we're talking about who are you, like what is your life experience, and how does that affect your opinion? So when we talk about point of view purpose, I'm looking for two key things in your POV analysis. Who is the author, and how does who they are affect their writing? Two things. Who is the author, and how does who they are affect their writing? So when we did Founding of America, we were talking about the Founding Fathers a lot, and their wealth, and their class, and their race, and their gender, right? And how that might affect their writing. As we move into this DBQ, it's going to have a lot to do with slavery, and a lot to do with race, right? And how who they are is affecting what they're writing. These are the two key things. Write it down. I see Henry writing it down, and I'm stoked about it. Write down these two things right here on the under the rubric language on your worksheet. I recommend writing down these two things on your worksheet. Those two things, jot it down on your worksheet. Yep. That's my recommendation. Yeah. If you want to run to the restroom and like grab a lunch, you can.
You want to see my ads? Some of women's empowerment. Then I put a statistic. I was like, 67% of women said they
Like, how turned that's so backwards.
Got
I
it?
made
Got it down?
It's flu season right now.
Got it down, Henry?
that part? No, it's a real organization. But I think I made stronger than that. I am strong. I am not brave.
Who the author is and how who the author is might affect their writing.
And then the last one I'm gonna make is gonna say, I am brave. Yeah. And like, so yeah, so for people that like, the statistics like show a percentage how like girls and women are in the workplace and like pressure.
Alright, can I get my workshop people back in 5, 4, 3,
I like the
2.
images.
Alright, so here's our first example. We're going to go through, you can look, you can see where we're going. We're going through a few examples of point of view analysis. So example 1. I think the current administration has done an excellent job in the White House. Sean Hannity, Fox News. So this is what I'm seeing a lot, the bad POV analysis. No offense, I'm being rude, but this is what I'm seeing a lot, and I want us to improve from here. Okay, what I'm seeing is people using a point of view sentence starter to then basically restate the quote, or like explain the quote a little bit more. Right, you're using the sentence starter, so you've got the words point of view in there, but you're not actually analyzing the author or talking about how who the author is might affect their writing, right?
Oh, you're supposed to say
We're just saying point of view, and then we're just analyzing the quote like we would usually, or restating the quote like we would usually, right? So, could someone read out the good POV analysis for this one? Brandon?
This quote reflects the point of view of a Fox News commentator and was probably affected by the conservative bias. As you know, the Fox News learns conservative.
Yep.
In its
political analysis.
Leans.
So, remember how we're talking about who the author is and how who they are might affect what they say? I want you to underline in the quote on the document where the good POV analysis talks about who the author is, and I want you to circle where it talks about how it might affect what they say. Underline who the author is in the analysis, and circle where it talks about how it might affect what they say. In the good POV analysis.
It's political analyst.
In in the analysis, not in the quote, sorry. In the good POV analysis, not in the quote itself. So talk to your table real quick, and then I'm gonna call out a couple people. What did you underline for who the author is? What did you underline for how it might affect what they say? Or circle, sorry. I'm coming for you, Brian.
Cool, let's go, Brian. Woo! Brian!
Henry, I'm coming for you. Ready?
What's the history for next year?
No, I don't, Liliana.
Is it world history?
We tell you that I don't. Alright, so Henry, what did you underline for who the author is?
Fox News commentator.
We got Fox News commentator. And Brian, what did you underline for how it might affect what they say? Or Sidlali or Matthew can help you out. What did you circle, sorry, for how it might affect what they say? The last sentence, which is? Fox News is conservative, maybe let's look at it. So for yellow on here, Henry's totally right, Fox News commentator. And then the analysis sort of restates itself in yellow. But we're saying that the quote is probably affected by a conservative bias. It's affecting what the quote is saying because we know that Fox News commentators tend to be conservative. Conservative means like Republican leaning in this country. Yeah. Okay, so we have who the author is and how it might affect their writing. So let's look at example number 2.